So are we having class? I only see 3 people here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
What is the status? We're having class today or we're not having class? Because I don't see any students here.
Sir, Abrar Khan is there.
Or am I wrong? Okay. Okay, Abrar, have you completed your assignment we did last time? Hello? Abrar, can you hear me? Hello? Please unmute yourself and speak. There are 2 assignments which we have given so far. Have you completed them?
हेलो सर। हेलो।
प्रॉब्लम क्या है यार तुम लोग को फोन से बात करने की?
नहीं नहीं सर, वो आ रहा नहीं था सर, इसलिए रीस्टार्ट किया।
तो लैपटॉप कब आएगा तुम्हारा बनके?
वो सर लैपटॉप में थोड़ा पानी गिर गया था, तो बनाने के लिए दिया हो सर। वो कल आ जाएगा सर, आज या कल में आ जाएगा।
तो कब तक आएगा?
और आज शाम तक अगर बन गया तो बन जाएगा सर, या नहीं तो
क्लास
कल
से
मिल
पहले है क्लास के बाद आएगा?
जाएगा। क्लास के बाद आएगा सर।
तो असाइनमेंट किए नहीं किए? असाइनमेंट किए कि नहीं किए?
असाइनमेंट आधा किया था सर।
क्योंकि आगे जाके फिर यार समझ में नहीं आएगा तुमको, फिर आगे प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे तो फिर वेस्ट है पूरा।
हाँ हाँ सर, नहीं करा दूंगा सर।
कुछ क्वेरी है जो असाइनमेंट किया तुमने उसके ऊपर?
एक मिनट सर। असाइनमेंट में तो थोड़ा मैं यहाँ तक किया था सर।
कहाँ तक?
अ, ये ऐड यूजर्स और ये रिसेट यूजर्स आते हैं ना सर, यूजर्स क्रिएशन हो गया था, और उसके बाद जो है थोड़े उनके रिसेट पासवर्ड वगैरह पे थोड़ा था, वहां तक किया था सर।
मतलब मेल बॉक्स वगैरह लाइसेंस वगैरह कुछ दिया नहीं आपने?
नहीं सर, नहीं दिया था सर।
ठीक है, थोड़ा करते हैं आज फिर।
ओके ओके सर।
ज्यादा नहीं करेंगे आज, क्योंकि नहीं तो प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे तो सब भूल जाओगे।
ठीक।
तो so what are the clients we use to connect to Exchange Online or Exchange on-prem? How do we connect to a mailbox?
Sir, there are two ways. One is with PowerShell and other is with normal one. So PowerShell में हम जाने के बाद जो है get वो कोड आता है ना सर।
आप जो बोल रहे हो वो आपके सर्वर को नहीं, आप Exchange Online में कनेक्ट करने के बाद में क्लाइंट्स की बात कर रहे हैं। आपके मेलबॉक्स से कैसे कनेक्ट करते हैं? यहाँ आप मेलबॉक्स कनेक्ट नहीं कर रहे हो, आप खाली मेलबॉक्स चेक कर रहे हो। PowerShell और GUI जो है, graphical user interface, that is used to check what is happening on your, if there is some setting need to be changed or what is the settings on your mailbox. That is what we use for. I'm asking how will a user log into his mailbox? User doesn't have access to admin portal, right? He doesn't have administrative privileges. He can open it, but he won't have administrative privileges. I'm asking how will a user open his mailbox? What are the clients we have for opening a mailbox?
Clients.
You have your mail, you have your email account, right?
Yes, sir. So, through with my
How are you connecting to your email account?
email with email
Having
ID
a
and
mailbox,
password, sir.
basically.
Yes, sir. Email ID and password.
But where are you entering your email ID and password?
In the site only,
Can
sir.
I open any browser and add my email ID and password?
No, sir. We have to go to that particular email, that कंपनी का जो आता है ना सर, जैसा कि आउटलुक,
site?
जीमेल है, या फिर आपका जो है office365.com.
Going to the service provider. तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? उसको क्या बोलते हैं? आपको समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूँ?
क्या
भाई
पूछ
ऐसा
रहे हैं?
मतलब मैं ये नहीं एक्सपेक्ट करता कि आपको सब आंसर आने। ये क्वेश्चन इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ ताकि आपको समझ में आए या मुझको समझ में आए आप कहाँ तक आपको समझा है।
यस सर.
मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ अभी मेरे को मेरे मेलबॉक्स से लॉगिन करना है तो मैं कैसे लॉगिन करूँ? चलो आपने यूजर को लाइसेंस दे दिया, उसका मेलबॉक्स भी बन गया, प्रोविजन हो गया। एक्सचेंज ऑनलाइन में मेलबॉक्स बनाने को प्रोविजन बोलते हैं। तो प्रोविजन हो गया उसका मेलबॉक्स। अभी फॉर एग्जांपल आप मेरे एडमिन हो, आपने बोल दिया हाफिज आपका मेलबॉक्स रेडी है, आपका लाइसेंस हो गया। अभी मेरे
यस
को
सर.
मेरे मेलबॉक्स पे लॉगिन करना है तो मैं क्या करूंगा कि मैं पावरशेल में जाके लिखूंगा?
नहीं सर,
प्रैक्टिकल है वो?
वो नहीं है सर. तो अगर आपका यूजर अकाउंट बन गया है.
आर यू वर्किंग समवेयर और आर यू ए स्टूडेंट?
वर्किंग सर.
आप स्टूडेंट हो या आप कहीं काम करते
सर मैं अभी तो काम कर रहा हूँ सर.
हो? तो बुरा नहीं मानना यार, आप जब काम कर रहे हो, आपके जॉब कर रहे हो तो आप अगर ईमेल रोज सर्च कर, नहीं तो आप अभी
हाँ
जब
सर.
काम करते हो तो आप ईमेल चेक करते होंगे ना आपका?
हाँ सर, चेक करता हूँ सर.
कोई कम किस पे चेक करते हो आप ईमेल?
जीमेल, आउटलुक.
कैसे चेक करते हो आप?
सर वो जो क्रेडेंशियल्स
क्या
रहेंगे ना
लॉगिन,
सर,
कहाँ लॉगिन करते हो आप?
अगर जीमेल का है तो जीमेल के पेज में जाऊंगा सर, गूगल के. वहाँ पर जीमेल बोलकर ऑप्शन आता है, वहाँ
आउटलुक
पर जाने के बाद आउटलुक के लिए सर.
में क्रेडेंशियल्स देखो, दो बात होती है वो तो, आपका कंपनी जीमेल पे है या आपकी कंपनी का खुद का वेबसाइट है या खुद का ईमेल प्रोवाइडर है?
सर वो FSL बोल के कंपनी है सर, वहाँ पर मैं L1 इंजीनियर का काम करता हूँ.
आपको
सो वहाँ
समझ में
पे.
नहीं आ रहा है मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूँ?
हाँ सर.
देखो नर्वस या घबराने की बात नहीं है, अपन समझ। ओके, तो एल1 जो आप काम करते हो आप, तो आपका टिकटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर होगा, आपका टिकट आते होंगे आपको।
हाँ सर, आते हैं सर.
इशू आया आपको कैसे पता चलता है? कि आपको फोन कॉल आते हैं या आपको ईमेल आता है, कैसा?
टिकटिंग टूल पे आता है सर.
ईमेल आते हैं ना?
हाँ सर.
ईमेल आते हैं या फोन कॉल आता है, कैसे होता है?
क्वेरीज आते हैं सर
टिकटिंग टूल
टिकटिंग
पे
टूल
आते
पे.
हो, टिकटिंग टूल पे आप काम करते हो, ठीक है।
हाँ सर.
तो रिस्पॉन्स करते हो कि नहीं ईमेल पे?
रेस्पॉन्स होता है सर.
तो ईमेल आप यूज ही नहीं करते?
नहीं, ईमेल भी यूज होता है सर, आउटलुक.
नहीं, कंपनी का ईमेल आप, नहीं कंपनी का ईमेल आप यूज करते हो नहीं यूज करते?
कंपनी का ईमेल यूज करते हैं सर.
आउटलुक क्या है?
आउटलुक है सर
Desktop
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट
client है. हाँ, तो Outlook is a client to connect to your mailbox.
ओके सर
Microsoft Outlook डेस्कटॉप पे है ना, आप क्लिक करके ओपन करना पड़ता है ना आउटलुक को. आप एक एप्लीकेशन है ना वो MS ऑफिस में.
यस सर
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
नो सर अभी आ रहा है सर
Okay. So this is my screen and Outlook app. When I start this, right? When I start, this is my desktop app. So we can connect to your mailbox using multiple clients. One is Outlook desktop. This is an Outlook desktop. Another one is browser based. So what is browser based? If you open a browser, if I come to this browser and then I type in, like if typing google.com or office or anything, right?
यस सर
Service provider basically. So for me, my email is at outlook.com. So I'll say Outlook office.outlook.com, for example. So when I'm entering to my email through a browser, it is called OVA or browser-based client. That is your Outlook Web Access.
ओके सर
Okay. When I'm connecting directly to my app, which is installed on my desktop, right? If I
Yes, sir.
minimize this is my Outlook app, right? This app is installed on my machine or my laptop. So this is called a desktop Outlook client. And the one which I open now on browser, this is called a browser client. So a browser client is known as OVA, Outlook Web Access.
Okay, sir.
Another way to connect to your mailbox is using the mail client. For example, if you see over here, there is an option of mail, right? This is the mail client. This is Windows mail client. Then we have connecting to your mobile phone. On mobile also, you'll see mail, right?
Yes, sir.
This is another way of connecting to your accounts. It will say welcome to mail and so, and then you can add your account and then it will connect you, right? Another way is through your iPhone or Android phone. So you again have mail over there, or you download an app called Outlook app for mobile. Sorry, Outlook app for iOS or Outlook app for Android, right? So like we had a desktop client as I showed you here. Similarly, we have a client on browser which is called web-based client, that is called a browser client, right? So can you now let me know what are the clients we have from which
Sir,
we
we
can
have
connect to our mailbox?
for if you're logging with system, we have two clients. One is a desktop application, desktop application, sir. And if you're logging with browser, any Google or Edge, we have OVA, that is Outlook Web Access. And for other option, we have in mail client also. We have one option in mail where that application you can use that also. For mobiles, we have a separate app called Android application, Outlook application for iOS and for different mobiles, iOS or iPhone. In that, we have Android uh, Outlook application for iOS Outlook application for Android, sir. Total 5 ways we can log in, sir.
Right. So, yeah. So even on mobile or in tab, you can also use browser, right? So
Yes, sir.
whenever we are speaking, right? For example, in an interview or anywhere, we should be saying we can connect through our mailbox using desktop clients and Outlook and browser clients, and through a mailbox or mail native clients. So when we talk about mail, right, that is known as mail native clients.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
No question, right? Okay.
No question, sir.
So do you know how to set out of office? How to create a meeting invite?
Yes,
Do
sir.
you know or you don't know?
Meeting invites. Just we have Outlook application in that. Sorry. For if you are using with OVA, we
So out
have
of office.
application. Teams, we
In
can send
whichever
invite.
application you're using, you have the calendar option available, right? For example, over here you can see this is my calendar option. From Teams also we can send invite. From Outlook also we can send invite. Uh, do you know how to set out of office?
On no, sir.
Yes, no, maybe.
No, sir.
What is out of office?
Out of office is a it's an auto generated mail, sir. When we are coming out of office, that I am on a leave and I will be. We can send the message I am on a leave till so and so time. So you can contact other person if I have given some authorities to that person. So you can contact some details will be there, sir, in that mail.
Okay, so basically your backup information is there in the out of so that the person knows to sending you an email that you won't be available for so and so time, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah. And how many times the auto office email is generated? For example, I've sent you an email, first email, right? So
Yes, sir.
first listen. So I've sent you an email. Your out of office is enabled. I got an out of office reply. I send a second email. Will I get the
Okay.
out of office reply again for the second email or only for the first email?
Second also we get, sir.
No. You will get out of office reply only for the first email. You won't be getting out of office reply for each and every email you're sending. That's by design, right? So make a note of this. You may be getting cases the customer mails to tell you that I want out of office to be generated for each and every email, right? But that that is not possible. Even transport rule doesn't work with out of office. Okay, so it's only one time. So once you someone send you an email, he has got the out of office email. Next time he will not get that email because it is understood that he got that email that you are out of office. Is that
Okay,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
So I wanted to discuss few things, but you have not completed the previous batch. Okay, so for do you know how to configure Outlook?
Uh, in web desktop application, I know, sir.
So what are the things required to configure in desktop application?
We need a desktop
If I have to
application, sir.
create a separate account, what should I do?
Sir, in our mail client, we
Mhm.
can go there and add the credentials and that pop is it a pop or IMAP, and the company that IP address will be there. So we have to enter that thing, sir. Then it will get configured on desktop application.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you have to go to control panel. Either you start your application and it will start configuring it, or you have to go to your control panel, right? And from there you can configure it. So
Okay.
I can go from your control panel. From here I can go to mail.
अरे यार क्या करे बोले तो वो पेज
Right? Select mail. Show profile. I can say prompt for a profile to be used, or always use this profile, right? Whichever is selected. This is my default. I want to create new, so I'll create prompt for the profile to be used. I click on this bar. I'll click on add. Right. So this is the second profile I'm creating.
Okay, sir.
Other example. If I click on OK, right, I have to give the username over here, or it will take the one which I'm using. For example, if I'm putting over here, now this is I'm entering the second one. That's the reason I have to put this. Otherwise, the moment I start Outlook, it will check who is the user login, and based on that, it will try to configure the account. I put next. It will start. Now this is what it's doing. It is auto discover is being kicked over here, right? So auto discover is trying to connect to auto discover and get the setting for this user mailbox, where this user mailbox is, and what are the URLs which are required for it, right? All this information it will pick. Yes, I think this user is not. So it was not the email address we were entering was for on Microsoft, but we have created this user. It's there on cloud, but we have selected the domain, right? Our domain has been published to Office 365. That's the reason it's showing MHK on-prem is the domain which I have.
Okay, sir.
If you're not able to understand anything, let me know there and there is.
No, sir, I'm able
Says
to
that we'll
understand.
remember your account so and so. So I don't want that. I'm just configuring this. Now it's searching for this user, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you're searching for this user, basically auto discover is kicked over here. So auto discover is a service which is used to fetch URLs for the user mailbox. So what are the URLs we need for the user mailbox? I'll tell you that. So we have various URLs. Now, if you see, there are 2 account configured, right? I can use
Yes.
any one of them. I can use second, or I can use Outlook. So when I say prompt for a profile, I'll be prompted. For example, now I'm closing my Outlook. Now I say apply and okay. I'm going back to my tools and or to my search, and I'm clicking on Outlook. Now I'm setting Outlook. It is asking for me which account I want to use. I want to use the old profile, or I want to use the new profile, right? Is it
Yes,
is
sir.
it clear how to have multiple accounts for Outlook?
Yes, sir.
So if I go to Outlook and I click on OK, right? Now let's see what happens in the background. What is the auto discover service which I was saying, which is required, right? So if you see over here, this is your system. This is called a system tray. When you click on this up arrow, right? You will see an Outlook client somewhere here. There you are. This is an Outlook client, right? It is synchronizing the folder. That's the reason it is showing in email format. Otherwise, you will see the Outlook icon as you see on the top left corner. Right, so right click on this Outlook, and you will see connectivity changes, network connectivity changes, or hide open Outlook, and all those thing features, right? But if I press Control button on my keyboard, keep it pressed, and then if I right click on this icon, Outlook icon, it shows me. It will ask me to, or it will show me the troubleshooting methods, right? So I have connection status, I have email auto configuration status. The connection status will let me know how is my mailbox connected, right? What the SMTP address I have. If you see display name, this is the display name I have for this user. It's online archive admin. This is uh, the display name, and this is the SMTP address I'm using, right? And I'm using what server. This information is there over here. It doesn't matter for me because I only need to make sure how am I establishing the connection. So if it is established, it means the connection has been established. And if you see bearer over here, it means you're connecting to MAPI over HTTPS.
Okay, sir.
Then it talks about encryption. So we're using SSL encryption, and then type of connection we have. It's all this information you will see in connection. Like Exchange Mail, we have. Sometimes you will see directory over there. Then the session type we have, right? And the version and the network. Right? This information is very useful when troubleshooting the issue. Right? If you want to check again if the connection is getting established again, or for example, you want to reconnect the connection, right? What you do is simply click on reconnect over here. So you will see it will go in disconnection state. Let's look quick. So disconnecting and then connecting and then establish. Right? So this is how you will see. So if you have cases wherein customer says not able to connect to Outlook, that's what you will. Then this is test mail auto configuration. So basically, we check over here. You don't have to put anything because you have already logged in. You just uncheck secure and guest mark. You just use auto discovery. Click on test. It should start automatically. For some reason, it's not starting. So we can put the email address over here. If you see over here, it says it has started the testing. So you won't be able to copy anything from here. So we'll go to XML. Say Control A, Control C. Let's open Notepad. And paste it over. So there are multiple URLs which are required. For example, if I want to reach to your home, right, I need to know complete information. Or if I need to know, go to PSF office, I need the PSF office name, I need the street name, I need the PIN code, right? At least this information I need. Similarly, to
Yes,
reach
sir.
out to your mailbox, you need particular URL information, just like to reach out to your web page, right? For example, if you want to reach to Google, you can't just type hotmail.com to reach Google page, right? Similarly, over here, you have links. So you have links for out of office, you have links for availability service, you have links for OAuth, you have links for OOF, right? So availability, OOF, these are just almost this same URL, the same AWS URL. Then we have URL for OAB, Outlook offline address book. Right? So if you see over here, it talks about account type, that is email, then settings, these are settings. Then what are the protocol we are using? It says MAPI over HTTPS. This is the protocol we are using, right? Microsoft Online, yes, it is true. It is on Microsoft Online. Now, consumer mailbox is false, means it is not a private one. It is a Office 365 one. Now, if you see, it talks about external URL, right? These are the external URLs for mail store. Then you have address book. This is your OAB URL, right? Then you have protocols like web. Web is for your OVA. So this is your web URL. You see, then you have AS URL, that is availability service URL. So availability service URL is the one which will check for your FreeBSD. It will check for your out of office message. If AS URL is not there, if you are not able to fetch Exchange Web Services URL, EWS URL or AS URL or OOF URL, you will not be able to get those features, right? So if you see, this is outlook.com / EWS is for Exchange Web Services. So this is the format of your AS URL or your EWS URL, right? So then
Yes.
it talks about EWS URL, again, it's not the same thing, right? If you see AS URL, EWS URL is the same. Then it talks about ECP URL, that Exchange Control Panel URL, right? ECP URL and OI URL will always be the same. Just after, instead of OI, it will be like ECP. Then you have OOF URL, if you see over here. It's again same as your EWS URL, right? UM is for unified messaging. That is for used by your client, Teams client. Then OAB is for the out of office web messaging. This is your OAB GUID, this one. And this is the URL we have. Unless you have connectivity, unless you have, you know which are these URLs, right? Your Outlook will not work. Your Outlook will fail. And whose responsibility is this? It's the responsibility of AutoDiscover to fetch you all this information. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Any question on that?
Sir, AS URL and EU RL are same, no, sir? AS or URL and EW URL.
Yeah. So AS is availability service. Yeah. AS is a availability service URL. EWS, basically availability service means what? It is to check you whether you're available or not. You check for setting a meeting invite, right? You check for scheduling whether person is available or not at that time to schedule a meeting, right? So that is
Yes.
called availability service URL. So availability service URL is nothing but your Exchange Web Services URL. Exchange Web
Okay.
Services URL is used is very important. It should be set for internal as well as external. So if your Exchange Web Services URL is not set, you won't be able to migrate your mailbox from on-prem to cloud. Your availability, your FreeBSD will not work. Your out of office will not work.
Okay, sir.
Right. So and AS URL is the same as your Exchange Web Services URL. That's what you have to understand. OAB URL, again, OAB URL is different because OAB uses the GUID, that is the offline address book, right? So
Yes.
that is something which is required. So what is offline address book? Basically, it's a copy of your GAL on your local machine. So it's a local copy on your machine, which is available for you. So you don't have to fetch the information from server, thereby saving you network connectivity or network bandwidth. Right? So your network will not be utilized. Your local machine will be used because the OAB is residing on your local machine. That's how it is. Okay. Now, so we are good with URLs. Let us go. Okay. So if you want to check whether the URLs are working or not, what you do is you just copy that URL, AWS URL, and you will paste it in the browser. That will ask you for authentication. See, you got the authentication page. When you authenticate it, it will give you a hyperlink page. You should be getting it. If you're not getting it, that means you are not able to reach to that URL.
Okay, sir.
And if you're not able to reach that URL, your out of office will not work. Your FreeBSD will not work. Your email or your Outlook will also not be configured properly. If it's using a cache mode, then it's fine. If you are using an online mode, it will fail. So this is what you should get. If you're getting this page, it means you're able to reach out to your EWS. So your FreeBSD and Outlook should work. Even after this, if it doesn't work, then there are other troubleshooting steps we will do. So this is one thing. And second thing is checking for auto discover. Right. So for auto discover, again, let's see what are the URLs we have over here. Okay, so for me, I have my separate URL, right, for my domain. So that is like I have not enabled external routing. I'm using my lab, my Azure lab, and on that lab, I have not enabled external routing. Means I won't be able to reach out to this URL from external.
Okay, sir.
So that's the reason it failed. So for example, normally the auto discover URL is in the format auto discover the domain.com slash auto discover.xml. That's how it connects to your auto discover. Auto discover service is the one which, as I showed you, is responsible for connecting, for configuring your profile, and is responsible for ensuring that all the services are running fine. If you remember, we just ran this, right? So this is what we see. Now over here, you see this is the username we have, and auto discover was able to get this information using this URL. Right? So this is what we have for checking for output, whether output is working properly or not. Next, are you getting it, or you have any
Yes, sir. I'm
queries
getting.
before we move forward?
No, sir. I'm getting, sir. I'm getting.
Okay, so you know what we're talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
And so what is the URL? What are the URL needed for ensuring that our Outlook client is configured properly?
Sir, there are different URLs. One is AS URL, which is a availability service URL, which can which is check to which is used to check that user is available on the time if you are scheduling a meeting on day. And we have EW URL. It's an Exchange web URL, sir. And other than that, we have EC ECP URL,
Okay.
OAB URL, and OOF URL, sir.
So basically, we have multiple URLs over here. That's right. So the URLs which we are using, which we see over there, right? For OVA, for availability service, for OOF, and for exchange of services. That's what you said. So MAPI over HTTP was the protocol which we use for connecting to Outlook. Now there are multiple protocols which we use for connecting to Outlook, right?
Yes, sir.
So I think you already know that. Can you let me know what are the protocols we can use to connect to Outlook?
MapIT, this one protocol, sir.
MAPI is one protocol. What are the other protocol? POP is there, IMAP is there, right? These are the other protocols which we can use to connect to your Outlook client.
Yes, sir.
Right? So when you're desktop Outlook client, you can use to MAPI over HTTP. We can use OVA. Sorry, we can use IMAP, and we can use POP3.
POP3
That
and
clear?
yes, sir. Sir, SMTPS is also a protocol, no?
SMTP is protocol used for sending and receiving email. It's not for configuring Outlook.
Okay, sir.
We're talking about connection to your see here. External it was not working, right? So I put the internal domain in server name. I directly connect the server. That's
Yes,
my
sir.
server. Now if I'm saying entering, it's asking me for credential. This is how your Outlook auto discover will work. If it's connected properly, then what it will do, it will give me a 600 error. Oh, this is see 600 error. It means my auto display is working fine.
Okay, sir.
Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we checked how to check EWS. We checked how to check auto discover. We checked how to get the Outlook testing done and Outlook configuration done. Okay. So I hope you get your machine today. So tomorrow, when you come in, you can do this testing. Because when you have a machine, then we can go to other parts. For example, domain registration and all those things. I'll show you anyway.
Okay, sir.
Sure if you will be able to get this. Normally, if you sign up for Exchange Online, right, you'll be getting on Microsoft account. But if you have a domain, right, as you can see over here, if I go to users, right, if I go to users, if you see over here, I can see mh.onprem.cm, right? If I go to manage users and email, they have a drop down over here. This is my default, and this is
Yes,
the
sir.
one I've added, right? So if I have a domain, so what I do is I will have to register it, right? So we'll be coming here. Go to settings, go to domains. This is LD. This is I have not selected. This is my on-prem, right? I have not configured for email right now. So my emails are there on on-prem. That's the reason it's saying no service selected. So
Okay, sir.
in order to add this, I have to click on add domain. I have to specify the domain name over here, right? And then it will give you a code. That code I have to register. That is called a TXT code, something called MX something. MXEX is an alphabetical number. So MS will be 6, and then the other variable will be varying. It can be any number or any alphabet. So I have to register that to my DNS provider, external DNS provider. So once I do that, then I can see that domain over here. So after doing this, I can see my domain over here. So I have to first, basically I have to prove that I own this domain. So that's the reason I have add my Amex records, MS records over there. I'm not saying Amex, it's my TXT record, MS something.
Okay, sir.
Show you that. But I wanted you to have your machine, because without that, even if I show you, you won't be able to remember it.
Okay, sir. Definitely, I'll get today, sir.
This is my domain register for me. Sorry, the recording is on, right? So next time when the recording is not on, that time I'll show you. Because this is my lab, my office lab. We are not supposed to share any information from our office.
Okay,
So
okay, sir.
tomorrow we'll not start recording for 10-15 minutes. I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay. So once you have your machine, you can either, if you have your domain already purchased, then you can add it. If not purchased, then that's still fine. You let us know what we have to do over there. Right?
Okay, sir.
So we'll stop for here for today. So we
Okay.
discussed, just to summarize, we discussed about Outlook configuration, right? And the assignment will be to configure Outlook profile, multiple Outlook profile. One is your primary, second one will be a secondary. And check. I want you to check how to test the email configuration. What are the URLs you see over there? What you understand by that? And
Okay.
connection status we will check. I want you to check.
Okay,
So
sir.
tomorrow's session will move further. If you have your laptop and if you're done with the assignment, we'll go in some depth. If not, then we'll talk about clients only.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. We'll do it, sir.
Okay then.
Okay, sir. Thanks,
Thank
sir.
you guys. Meet you tomorrow at
Thanks.
11 sharp.
Okay, sir. Definitely,
Bye.
I'll join. Okay, sir.